It's that time again, where the summer is beckoning. And before it ends, I wanted to share a small insight I've gained throughout this season on my journey of spiritual gardening. The summer can be a pretty chaotic time. It's perfectly normal to take time to zone out and just be still. And in those times, you'll realize how much things are growing. It's a time where flowers are blooming and there are little surprises everywhere. And so how does that really apply to spiritual gardening? Well, let's explore it a little deeper, shall we? In this video, I intend to share all that I've observed and understood throughout the season of the summer. The summer is a time where many of us emerge from our cocoons, which we had wrapped ourselves in over the spring. And when we emerge, it's almost like there's this urge to do as much as you can and discover as far as you can go. You only have so much time, and I feel that myself. As the summer began, I found myself connecting with others and setting plans and getting excited over the potential. The summer is full of possibilities, and the potential is as vast as the thoughts in your mind. You can truly go anywhere. You can climb that mountain. And so the summer gives us time to explore our potential and to realize it. As the days become longer, it's easy for us to look far beyond our abilities right now into the potential that we hold. So I want to remind you of the elements that are a part of spiritual gardening. First, we have the seed, which is within the flower. And so during the summertime, we don't really see many things being planted, but rather we see the fruits of our labor. And it's easy to become lazy and to sit down and rest, and actually that's one of the purposes of this season. Sure, working is important, and you will find yourself probably doing short bursts of laborious, intense work just to drop down and to rest for greater times and enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is the time that God has given you, where the things you have grown are doing their work, and they will require you to do work such as harvest them and maintain them. But there's also this pleasure in the work that you do, and even though it may seem a little bit fast-paced, you know that it's small, that it is a burst. And so in the summer season, it is important to find time to rest and really enjoy the fruits of your labor. We see the ants as they go back and forth, and they are farming the small, beautiful nectar of this plant, the flowers of the succulent mother-in-law tongue snake plant. And just like them, there are times where they will stop and they will explore and then they will move on. The summer is prime time for exploration, to expand, to reach to higher heights, all while finding a balance of sitting back and when you reach the top of the mountain, to simply see it for what it is. Summer, oddly enough, forces us to rest because we cannot force things into ripeness. So we must learn to be patient and to enjoy the presence. I remind you to rest because summer's sun oftentimes has us buzzing to go to the next thing and the next thing and to continue to move. But the water of the summer is some of the best. Those summer showers truly give us the nourishment we need. If we do not take the wisdom the summer season shares with us, then we will find ourselves burnt out because we're going at an unsustainable pace. And so the summertime is time to be present with all of the life that is around us. Feed it, nourish it, and to be present with its growth. Know that you cannot rush this, and wherever you are with your manifestations in life, Allowing yourself to be present with the season is really what I find summer does best. It allows us to see things grow in real time and realize how much we are growing and changing. We can take that leap of faith. We can smell those flowers. We can water them too. If we do not pay attention, which is truly the essence of the summer, then we miss all that is to be brought to life in this season. Paying attention is the name of the game. There's so much going on that just taking a moment to be present with what is presently in your reality is such a beautiful thing. It's hard. It can be overwhelming. It can be overstimulating for many people. And so you are like the calm in the eye of the storm. The more you can find your peace, the more you can nourish yourself and be at peace. That is one of the essences I've found most in the summer. Patience. Oftentimes in summer, I feel this new heightened sense of motivation around me. I feel like the momentum of whatever I'm creating, it grows. Yet, I also understand that if I keep going at this level, then I will burn out. And so needing time to retreat becomes a necessity. That excitement, that gaining momentum that comes to me, I realize that I also need to find consistency and sustainability and an actual clear way to move forward. And so in the summer, why it is so important for your spiritual garden to pay attention is because of the seeds that begin to sprout. A lot of them are weeds. A lot of the times, as I mentioned, we are spending a lot of time with people. We're consuming information and we're gaining momentum. And a lot of the times we won't notice how many little seeds within our thought. Again, these seeds are communication, thoughts that our mind receives. And when we receive these thoughts, these words from others or ideas that we may have received, they drop down into the fertile, very, very ready to grow soil of our heart, of our being. And so without even realizing it, if you are too busy during these summer days, many, many weeds can pop up, and that is the importance of paying attention. Seeing the sunset, counting your days, being intentional with your words, and sometimes just savoring the silence. It allows for space. And that space makes it so much easier to see the weeds in your soul's garden, so that you can pull out those weeds and the flowers, those intentions, those manifestations, your dreams, what lights your heart and brings so much life into your being, so those things can grow. And they need that light, and they need that space, so that they can fully be realized and their potential can be brought forth into this life. As I said, summer is a time where there are so many possibilities, but it is up to you to choose the ones that are realized, the potential that is brought to life. And this is the essence of summer, the season of spiritual gardening, where you are able to see the flowers that are growing for what they are. And by paying attention, you are able to see the life that they are bringing into your reality. We are constantly gardening. Whether you are considering yourself as a spiritual gardener, the things that you think, some of them become full-blown experiences. So by paying attention to the flowers in your heart's garden, you're able to see what it is that you are nurturing to bring into your reality. And yes, there are so many little beings, your guides, that Source has led so that you can truly see the medicine in each of the things that your heart is bringing to life. Give yourself this time and space. Practice using patience during this season. And allow yourself to pay attention to all that is with you. You never really know, and it's important to do your part in weeding out. I promise you, it will be worth it. Weeding out now results in a plentiful harvest when the time is right. So give yourself the time to plant your plants in your heart and to take care of them and nourish them in the way that Source is leading you to do so. Don't pay attention to the things that you cannot control or that bring about negative vibrations in your reality. But rather, use this season and the fertility that it brings to pay attention to what it is that you want to have more of. All the while remembering that this is not a race, but simply a journey that you get to go on with all of life as your seeds come into fruition and you experience life through new eyes. Use this time during the summer to rest. You've done the work. It is time to take time to rest, knowing what is coming up. It will require your energy. So pay attention. Kindle your flame so that it may not burn out, but is continuously and consistently growing slowly through the nourishment that you are giving it. Thank you for watching my journey through spiritual gardening through the seasons.